We're joined by Ms. Damilola Agbalajobi, lecturer of political science at the Obafemi Awolowo University in Nigeria. Damilola, good morning to you. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Right, now I see you've written an article talking about Nigerian youth uh, protesting against police brutality and also raising the question as to why the hashtag End SARS protests are different and the lessons that they hold for Nigeria. Now, it's important for us to understand, firstly, why these protests are different, especially against this special anti-robbery squad that has been set up in Nigeria since what's it around about 1992.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the SARS, hashtag NSAS protest started because a lot of young Nigerians have been brutalized by the activities of this SARS operation. Many times, they've been attacking young Nigerians basically by the way they look, by the kind of cars they carry, by actually by attacking people who were fraudsters, maybe internet fraudsters, and they're into looking at people and assuming once they see somebody with a fine car, the assumption comes and they believe it must be an internet fraudster. And if they were just maybe seeing individuals and they were arresting them and trying to find out legally what they do and releasing them, then it would not really be a problem. But what happens is that most of the time, individuals are stopped and attacked, and then they are made to even give money to this type of operation, which is actually not legal. And then sometimes when they don't get to collect money from these individuals, some are killed. And so this is what actually instigated the reactions by the people who felt that it's not everybody you see on the street who either dress well or who doesn't dress well either, or who has a fine car or has a fine phone is a fraudster. And so this is what actually instigated the reactions from different individuals to say, okay, then we need to end this brutal harassment from the SARS operation.
Yes. Now, also looking at Nigeria and looking at these protests, now obviously the youth have featured very, very prominently in this protest, and we know that a large percentage of the population is under the age of 30, and apart from just disbanding this SARS unit, it's about other issues as well, because I'm sure that the youth are angry at a lot that they see happening around them, particularly in terms of maladministration, hunger, things like also opportunities for young people in Nigeria.
Yeah. You're right. Yes. This is actually like a pent-up anger on the part of the youth. For a long time, a lot of people feel we have endured a lot of hardship, bad governance, poverty in the land, unemployment, inaccessible to good education, which I think is some of the requests these NSAS people are making. It's I think NSAS is just like a platform to make other requests known, saying, "Oh, we have actually suffered for too long in our own country. A lot of people graduate from school, young school leavers get out from university or and end up not getting jobs. And so we have corruption, education is not financed as it should be for the past 7 months or 8 after I've been on strike. And so a cumulative of these things are failure on the part of government to do what they should, I think is what has actually propelled the anger on the part of the youth, saying, "Oh, we've suffered enough, and that we shouldn't continue to live this kind of life in our own nation." And so many of the youth, a lot of them are not just not that a lot of them, majority of the end tax protesters are not just people who are not employed. Some of them are young executives, CEOs, entrepreneurs, We have celebrities among them, but they all came together to ask for one thing, for a new Nigeria. And basically want to see a change and see that everybody should have equal opportunity to education, infrastructure, good governance, and these are some of the requests, and that's why they have actually done this.
Yes. Now, also, I think what is important to understand is to look at some of the history. And I think when you speak about the lessons that we can take from the End SARS protest, is the whole question surrounding Nigeria and what people have been used to, particularly the older generation in Nigeria, to experiencing things like military rule. And we find that many of the youth obviously would not have experienced military rule, just like we find ourselves in South Africa, where a lot of young people would not have experienced apartheid.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, a lot of younger generation did not actually experience military rule, but they must have read about it, heard about it, but they did not experience military. For those of us in the older generation, the older people, maybe the military already created a fear in us. And then we tend to accept the civil school because when you see a man in uniform, of course, like this fear, nobody would have actually come out in the time of the military to do, maybe to have the audacity to come and attack the military. Because for those people who have had cases of either people disappearing or being bombed, we have the letter bomb issue. And so I think one of the things that maybe might have engendered this reaction on the part of the people or the young ones are because they never experienced military rule. And then maybe also globalization and the fact that they have access to the world, they are technology savvy, and they have ability to see what's happening in other parts of the world. For them, if it can happen in other parts of the world, why not in Nigeria? And so, of course, maybe not having experienced military rule has not killed their confidence. Maybe for the older generation, our confidence and our bravery has been killed by the military. And so we might not be able to stand tall or challenge authorities as these ones have been able to. So it's possible that those are some of the things that have made them not, they are actually not that fearful of what the authorities, or maybe they've been fearful enough and they feel that we can't continue to fear in our own nation, and then we need to react, otherwise we will continue to be servants even in our own community. So those are some of the things I feel has actually propelled us.
Yes. Now, just looking at it from a political perspective, the political consequences, the political implications of these protests, and also as far as drawing in young people or including them in the political process, Damilola.
Yeah, I think one of the things that this agitation or this movement has created is the fact that now the older generations are now aware of the fact that because they've always been saying our Nigerian youth are lazy. But I think one of the things that this movement has created is the fact that we are able to see that Nigerian youth are not lazy. In organizing this movement or this protest, it's been so sophisticatedly organized, making provisions for anything you can imagine, from security to health. They were able to, as many times when people are either injured or hurt, they get them to the hospital, they provide health facility, they have lawyers to bail people out. And some of the things is, people now understand that our youth are not actually sleeping, they are not lazy. That means they can organize, that means they can think. And they've actually brought out agendas what they want Nigeria to provide for them. They want a change, they want a change, they don't want the status quo to remain. They want good governance, they want end to police brutality, they want education to be available for all, they want a change from why should the senator be earning so much, and why should the majority of the populace be suffering? So now with this understanding, government or people in authority are able to understand that we need to actually include the youth. Now they have a voice and they want to use their voice. And so maybe with this kind of understanding, the next opportunity to vote, maybe they will be able to give the youth more opportunities, because in Nigeria we have had most of the time older generation of people in authority. And it's not because of the system of governance, or because maybe some of the time these young people don't have the kind of, because politics as it is, you need a godfather to be able to be in some position. Maybe right now, I don't know if it's going to be possible. Maybe the youth can float political parties, or maybe they will be brought on board in some of the existing political parties. But right now, the truth of the matter is that there is an awareness that has been created. It's not going to be business as usual in Nigeria, because I'm sure if this is actually taken further, if this momentum is kept I'm sure by the next election, the youth will actually be brought on board. Or, of course, awareness has been created, and even the youth themselves understand that they don't want Nigeria to remain the same. And as long as you don't want Nigeria to remain the same, then it means that you must actually put people who you think have what it takes to rule the way you want it to be. You want Nigeria not to be the same, then that means you must bring people who can think the way you want things to be, and they will bring them on board. But of course, there's this awareness that has been created, there's this understanding that has been created that people need to be involved in politics. Because if as long as you say politics is bad and you're not involved, then whatever comes, whoever you vote for, whoever is on board, whatever they do, you know that. But now I'm sure the youth are saying that they actually need to be involved in decision making. That's why they're actually advocating for a change, and they brought out their request for what they want Nigeria to be like.
Well, Damilola, thank you very much for that and for coming on this morning and talking with us. We wish you all the best. You take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
Damilola Agbalajobi joining us out of Nigeria this morning against the hashtag End SARS protests, calling for the disbanding of the SARS unit in Nigeria. And we know the huge issues surrounding the special anti-robbery squad. And this obviously has resulted in a situation for the youth to rise up against this type of police brutality, and also calling for the disbanding of the unit.
What makes Randery Jewelers the optimum place for your memorable gift? Is it our range of exclusive, high-end, luxurious jewellery? Or is it our master craftsmanship of all your